Welcome back, everyone. Our June wedding celebrations in full swing, and Ken and Maria have teamed up to create unforgettable tablescapes for your special day. And I know that you guys got inspired by this weekend's premiere. That's really what was behind all these great ideas, isn't it?
Right, Wedding at Graceland, which because Graceland is just such a beautiful setting. Kelly Pickler's wonderful in the movie, and you get to see these rooms that rarely people get to see. It's just very inspiring.
It is inspiring, and just weddings in general, I'm such a sucker. And so Ken and I wanted to create 2 tablescapes full of DIYs that you can do for your upcoming weddings. They're super easy.
They're super easy, they're super beautiful, and I know we're talking about weddings here, but I feel like if you got any big party coming up this summer, these tables will work.
Big number birthday, or just a fancy dinner at home.
Man, I'm thinking right now, that's how I'm rolling, Ken. All right, we're going to start with Maria over here. Obviously, super elegant tablescape here. Where do we start? And I think it's got something to do with the pearls. They're everywhere.
Yes, we're dripping in pearls. So I wanted to do a sort of take on something that was traditional, but make it look sort of effortless. And so that is what I have here. And so I love this. I will pat myself on the back for this because I wanted to feel like Cinderella with my table. So you can see the swag that I created in the front. You can see I did silvers and I did whites for the sort of elegant table. The bottom is silver, but you can see the swag here is actually just held up with brooches. And the brooches are a really great way to add in a family heirloom. I feel like at weddings, we always want to use the traditional aspects of, like, you know, my grandma's brooch or whatever the case may be.
Perfect.
And you can just add it all in with pins as well. That's what I did for the pearls, was the pins.
Okay.
And coming up to where the place settings are, I did silver and white and made it extra fancy with a little bow tie napkin. So I want to show you how to do that. And little napkin holders too.
So you're going to show us how to create the bow tie shape and then also make more pearls for
the more pearls. So this is the thing. It's all about balance too. You don't want it to be overkill, but you want it to make a statement. Okay. So I have the black napkin here. You fold it in half and then fold it this way. So you can see it's actually very simple. It's just all it is really folding, and you kind of bunch it up. And I have my napkin ring. So let me tell you about the napkin ring. So Cameron, you can see here I have a plain one, and all I did to create that sort of pearl look on there is just grab a hot glue gun, and I just wrapped it with the pearls just like this. So that creates that look, and look how easy that is. It makes a statement, but it's absolutely beautiful.
It does, it really does make a statement. Let me ask you this though, because I see the pearls are kind of a theme throughout almost all of your elements here. Can it be expensive using these
It looks like
pearls?
it, doesn't it?
It does.
So cool.
Wow, there you go. I asked the question.
You did. Okay, so the pearls are actually, you can buy in bulk just like this. You can get them online. I went to the craft supply store and saw them in like basically barrels, and they're more expensive. They're different sizes. This is really, really easy to use, and as you can see, all you do is grab your scissors and you just cut. And that's what I did for the table number. I grabbed a frame, hot glue, and the pearl. I did the same thing with the champagne glasses, Cameron, right in front of you. In another way, you can add in a little brooch if you wanted as well.
You know, I got to ask you about the candelabra. You're dripping in pearls as well.
Candelabras to me just scream elegance and sort of that traditional aspect as well. So what I did, I grabbed this, kind of created a necklace just by tying it together. So Cameron, let me show you. Make like sort of a figure 8, like you're making a necklace.
Like you're doubling up a necklace.
I want you to drape in pearls the candelabra, because I know you can do this.
I know.
And so what you do is you just put it over just like this, and you can do this a couple times until it's draping in as many pearls as you like. And you can do this all throughout the table. Add in some fresh flowers. I liked to do white. I added a little pop of the sort of peach color flowers as well. And I added some extra flowers along there. So you can use fake flowers, or you can use some from your florist.
You can hire me, Maria. It's okay. I'll check my schedule if you need some backup help. Would you do this for just the bridal table, or would you do this for all the tables at the wedding, do you think?
Could definitely do this for all the tables at the wedding, but I would say I think it makes a statement for the special tables. So the bridal party has that big long table, or Brett and I, for instance, had a table to ourselves, and you could do that, and it makes that table have it's a statement.
So beautiful. Have some champagne.
Thank you.
You enjoy that. I'm going to go and talk to Ken over here. Ken, your champagne can come later.
All right,
Let's talk about your tablescape. A little bit, obviously, more rustic, whimsical. I love where you're going with this.
Right. I'm calling this sort of woodland fantasy. Country weddings, rustic weddings have been very, very on trend for quite a while. I would encourage people, if you're considering doing this at home, maybe tweaking it a little bit and updating it to something that's more of a forest woodland theme. And sort of the burlap and all that's kind of been a little overplayed. So I'm trying to find a new version of that for everybody out there.
Great, and I like what you're using here to do that.
Right, so it's this combination of sort of woodsy, natural elements, but you need to combine them with elegant things like the candelabras, like the gold flatware, like the white china, that then still elevates it to a celebratory sort of level.
Yeah, beautiful. And then one of the big sort of connecting themes through all of this is the moss.
Connecting theme is a moss. Yeah, so for your table, I did a plain white table, and then anything rustic, a linen, a drop cloth on top, and then layer on your moss.
Okay, I'm going to come around here.
Talk about moss for a second.
Sure.
So it's frustrating. You go to the craft store, and you have a bag like this called moss, and you have a bag like this called moss. This is all dead. You can see there's no condensation. You want the moss that you're actually going to see condensation. This is going to be still alive. Feel that. It's going to be moist. It'll come in sheets. And that's really what you want.
I could lay this out in my living room and putt on this.
It's
like
soft,
a putting green.
It's lovely. So you can just layer that on your table after you layer on your tablecloths.
Great.
And then what I did was I took my elements and just added moss to it very simply. For the candelabra, you little bit of hot glue, and all you do is just piece it here and piece it there.
And that adds to the rustic feel of it too. The fact that it's not perfect, it's just kind of loosely put on there, little bits and pieces. So hard to go wrong with it.
You really wanted to sort of feel like you stumbled upon like the Mad Hatter's tea party, like somewhere in the forest. And then wrap a little bit of ivy around there.
Just like that.
And just sort of keep those layers going and going very easy. Now I also
very good. You got
this little mason jar lantern. Same thing.
I thought we were going to talk about the Victrola here, but we'll get to that in a second.
All you're going to do, add on hot glue, take your moss, layer that on. You do want to leave your little window up front for your light to come through.
Okay.
But this is a very nice way to sort of have a nice little lovely kind of peekaboo light
So you just have little kind of rays of light kind of sneaking out of the moss covered.
And then to keep it from getting too heavy, add your little butterflies here and there.
So good.
Which I added, sort of the candelabra to the Victrola.
So this is beautiful, and it's a real statement, an eye catcher, but can be difficult to find. So what are some other things in case you can't come across
If you don't have
Victrola?
a Victrola, really the Victrola is just sort of a symbol. Anything you have, I can guarantee you, everyone at home has something that they can use. You have that old typewriter from your great uncle in the garage.
Okay.
You've got an old telephone will work.
How about a suitcase?
An old suitcase and have the flowers tumbling out of that. So really, and if you did this on multiple tables, each one could have, and it's a way, again, as Maria said, to work in sort of family antiques and heirlooms, etc.
I think I know where it's going on with this guy too.
There you
table
go.
number.
Table number. Simple stencil, simple piece of wood. Have somebody go out to the wood pile, cut them up, super easy.
There we go.
And
I could use a little bit more paint in there.
Cam
but you
can
get
do it.